All right. I wasn't exactly expecting to sit down and watch all of Ultraman Season 3 in a single day and then be able to review it, but my youngest was at the ER and we were up there waiting and waiting and waiting, so I was able to binge the entire season. Um, so, real quick, my son's doing better. He's home, and, uh, just that little blurb right there. And now I'll focus on the review. So, this takes place a couple months after season two, and the reconstruction of Japan is going on since the Golden Fortress situation. Um, and now Shinjo, his powers seem to be increasing, and they don't really know why. And so they're trying to figure out how to keep it from, keep him from getting overpowered. And during this time there's a conspiracy with the villains where they've got these shape-shifting I don't remember the name of the aliens, but they are shapeshifters. So they kept pretending to be the different Ultramen or other things so they could make things worse for everybody. Then you had Mephisto, who was another alien, kind of had like a bat like head, and he was trying to convince the humans to turn against Ultraman. And then you had, besides that going on, you also had the search for the other Ultraman, because there was another one besides the wide list of characters. And now that I'm more familiar with the Ultraman lore, uh, I think it's pretty interesting that they brought in Zeton, which I don't think it's really a surprise. A lot of people were talking about Zeton showing up, and now that I'm more familiar and know that he's like one of the most, like one of the ultimate villains, it was pretty neat, especially having Shinjo have like visions of Zeton. And so during this time, they're these aliens pretend to be uh, Ultraman and cause massive destruction that makes Shinjo look worse. And it begins to turn the people against the Ultramen. And the conspiracy keeps going on, and even with them figuring it out and trying to stop it, it's a little bit too late to prevent it from going on. And the main villain, the one that was behind Mephisto, actually succeeds in getting what he wanted, which was the energy from the specium rays to open a portal to summon a Zeton to kill the Ultramen. And I know I'm saying Ultraman, Ultraman. You have the main Ultraman, then you have Seven, you've got Zoffy, you've got Bemular, you've got Ace, you've got Jack. Um, and I don't think they actually gave Rena her, other than like Ultra Woman or Ultra Girl. Uh, I don't I don't know the name of that particular one from the other Ultraman series because I haven't gotten that deep into it. Um, but that being said, I called it from season one. I thought that Edo was evil from the moment I saw him. And it's finally revealed, yes, he's evil. He has been behind everything. He has been trying to get Shinjo to turn into a giant of light, which is the direction that Shinjo's powers are going, is that he will transform into a giant. So Edo was trying to do this to get him to do that so he could kill him and then show how the Ultramen are evil, and it was pretty interesting. And then, of course, between all the conspiracies and all the fights and everything, then you get to Zeton itself when it shows up, and that's freaking awesome. The final two episodes were mostly just fighting, and it was great. And Zeton really showed off how he, or it, was a powerhouse to be concerned about. Um, And then, of course, the final battle is between Edo in his armored state and Shinjo, who fully accepted the power of light within him. And it was good. It was a lot of fun, and the music was great. And yeah, maybe they could do more, but they don't necessarily have to. The main plot of the series ends at the end of this. And I mean, it was fun. And considering that I had to sit at the hospital for 8 some odd hours while we were waiting for the doctors to come in and out, it definitely made it a lot easier. And I was able to keep my youngest entertained by putting that on and then holding him so he could watch it too. So that at least helped the sitting in the hospital bit. So if you've got Netflix and you like Ultraman, definitely watch season three. Um, and if you don't have, well, if you're not very familiar with Ultraman, I think you can kind of jump in blind in the first season. There are a lot of references, but this is its own continuity. It's a sequel to the original Ultraman series, but it's not connected to the other series that have popped up after. But yeah, it was good.